Good morning class. So this video is in continuation with era of one party system. Let us recapitulate what we discussed in the previous class. So after independence and even before independence, India had decided to take the path of democratic form of representation by using parliamentary form of government, federal system, right? So after independence we decided how will we conduct our electoral system. So for that we appointed election commission, and how in 1952 the first general election took place, and what were the problems before that. We postponed our election twice, and how long it was a procedure, what kind of voting system was there. So now we will further read about how Congress domination was there, plus was really Congress dominating, or its victory was artificially boosted. So let us study from here. So there can be a question: the extent of the victory of Congress in the first three general election was artificially boosted by our electoral system. Do you agree with the statement? Justify your answer with examples. So let us understand its answer. It is correct to say that extent of the victory of the Congress was artificially boosted by our electoral system because, for example, in 1952 elections, the Congress obtained 45% of the total votes, but it won 74% of the seats, almost double. On the other hand, the Socialist Party secured 10% of the votes, but it could not even win 3% of seats. Okay, it was due to the system of elections that the first past the post method. Now I hope you all remember, you did studied about the system first past the post method. Okay, so they are saying this is one reason due to which, when in the first general election, which was in 1952, Congress actually obtained 45% of total votes, but it could manage to get 74% of total seats, wherein there was Socialist Party who got 10% of votes, but they were not even able to get 3% of seats. Now under this system, a person who gets more than others get elected. So in this system there is nothing like that. If you are gaining 60% of 60% of votes, so you will get 60% of seats. No, it is all about who is actually gaining more votes. So the one who is gaining more votes is able to take more seats and influence more seats. So I will not explain you this method because you have already read this first past the post method, and there also the example of Congress was already given. A full table is there if you want to refer it again. A full maths is shown that how they could manage to get 74% of seat. Thus the Congress got more votes than others, and it won more seats, which were much than its proportional share. The non-Congress votes were more than the Congress votes, but their votes were divided between different rivalry parties and candidates. Now they are saying that Congress could gain more votes because if you will compare Congress with other parties, then Congress had the highest amount of votes. Also, if we are comparing Congress votes and non-Congress vote, that is votes apart from Congress, so they were divided into different parties, okay, which were even less, could be 5, 3, 10, and so on. So these votes were even less. So that is why Congress could form party and could take even more further votes than the share it actually got. Like जितना उनको proportion में votes आए थे, उससे much proportion में ज़्यादा उन्होंने seats gain करी थी. So you will in the later period understand how there was a fall of Congress when all the non-Congress party got united itself and actually started forming coalition government. Okay, so the Congress was still way ahead of opposition and managed to win.